Are you ready to dive into the history of this amazing city? Then let's get started. The story of Luxor starts with the Theban nome, or province, which was established around 3200 BC during the early dynastic period. Thebes at that time was just a small village called Wyset, meaning a place of plaster. But later, the name was changed to Thebes. Thebes is one of the most important ancient Egyptian cities because it was the capital of the 11th nome in Upper Egypt during the New Kingdom. Thebes was considered the religious center of Egypt and was home to many famous temples such as Karnak and Luxor. The main reason for this was its strategic location on the Nile River, which made it easy to trade and travel. During the New Kingdom, Thebes became a very important city because it was located in the southern part of Egypt, where many pharaohs had their winter palaces. And since the rulers liked to build impressive buildings in those areas, we have some magnificent archaeological sites there. For example, Amenhotep III built his palace complex in Malkata not far from Thebes. And Queen Hatshepsut's temple is on the cliffs near Deir el-Bahari. Many other royal tombs were also built nearby, such as the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, and the tombs of the nobles. Luxor today is basically the ancient city of Thebes, plus the city of Karnak. Karnak was actually an extra-large city during the New Kingdom. It was home to huge temples like the Temple of Karnak and Luxor, as well as the Avenue of Sphinxes, which connected the two temples. Karnak was even connected to another city called Idfu by another Avenue of Sphinxes, which ran through the modern town of Luxor. So during the New Kingdom, people could travel between the two cities on foot. But even though Luxor was such a great city, it wasn't always easy being an Egyptian. If you lived in Luxor during the 14th century BC, your life might have been pretty tough. You see, back then, Egypt was ruled by a guy named Ramesses II. He was the second pharaoh of the New Kingdom, and he loved building big projects like temples and monuments. He was so obsessed with building stuff that he hired thousands of workers and spent tons of money on these projects. And guess what? His obsession didn't end there. He also built giant statues of himself everywhere. Seriously, the guy was all about showing off his power. He built these massive statues to intimidate everyone who saw them. Can you imagine walking down the street and seeing giant statues of the pharaohs everywhere? It was like they were trying to scare everyone into submission. But here's the thing. All this construction and statue building took a toll on the economy. The government spent so much money on these projects that there wasn't much left for other important things like food and supplies for the people. As a result, people started to go hungry and the whole country was in chaos. The people were so fed up with Ramesses II and his obsession that they started to rebel. They wanted him to stop building statues and monuments and to focus on more important things, like their wealth. The question is, did Ramesses II listen to them? Well, not really. He kept building his statues and monuments, and the people kept rebelling. It was a never-ending cycle of oppression and resistance. Ancient Egyptian architecture is truly mind-blowing, and the temples of Karnak and Luxor are no exception. These temples were built over a span of 2,000 years, and each pharaoh added their own unique touch to them. Walking through these temples today, you can still feel the presence of the ancient Egyptians and their devotion to their gods. The Karnak Temple complex is one of the largest religious structures ever built, and it is a testament to the power and wealth of the Egyptian civilization. The complex consists of several temples, chapels, pylons, obelisks, and other structures that were built over a period of 1,500 years. The main temple is dedicated to the Theban triad, which includes Amen, Mut, and Khun's. The complex is also home to the famous Avenue of Sphinxes, which leads to the Luxor Temple. The Karnak Temple complex was an important religious center for the ancient Egyptians, and it played an important role in their society. The complex was also used for other purposes, such as hosting festivals and ceremonies. It was also a major tourist destination for the ancient Egyptians. The Luxor Temple is another impressive structure that's located in the city of Luxor. The temple was built by Amenhotep III and was later expanded by other pharaohs. The temple is dedicated to Mut and Khonsu, and it was considered to be one of the most important temples in Egypt. The Luxor Temple was also used for other purposes, such as hosting festivals and ceremonies. It was also a major tourist destination for the ancient Egyptians. Walking through the ancient Egyptian temples today, you can't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. These temples are true works of art, and they stand as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the ancient Egyptians. The temples are also a reminder of the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. Another thing that makes ancient Egyptian architecture so fascinating is the use of hieroglyphics. Are a type of writing that was used by the ancient Egyptians, and they were used to decorate many of the temples and monuments in Luxor. Hieroglyphics are a beautiful and intricate form of writing, and they provide us with valuable insights into the ancient Egyptian civilization. Overall, Luxor is a city that's rich in history and culture. The ancient Egyptian temples and other structures in the city are truly remarkable, and they stand as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the ancient Egyptians. If you're interested in learning more about ancient Egyptian history, then I highly recommend visiting Luxor. You'll be able to walk through the ancient temples and other structures and experience the history firsthand. It's truly an unforgettable experience. The Romans came to Egypt in 30 BC, and Egypt became part of the Roman Empire. During the Roman and Greek periods, Luxor was known as Thebais, and it remained an important city in Egypt. However, the city's fortunes declined when Christianity became the dominant religion in Egypt. In the 7th century AD, Arab armies conquered Egypt and Thebes became part of the Islamic world. The city was renamed to Luxor, and it continued to be an important religious center. But its importance as a commercial and cultural hub declined. In the Middle Ages, Luxor was part of the Ottoman Empire, and it remained a small provincial city until the 19th century, when it was rediscovered by European travelers. The discovery of the tomb of the boy King Tutankhamun in the Valley of the Kings near Luxor in 1922 by Howard Carter brought international attention to the city. Since then, Luxor has become one of the most popular tourist destinations in Egypt because of its well-preserved ancient ruins. Today, Luxor is the capital of the Governorate of Luxor, and it has a population of around 500,000 people. The city is home to many archaeological sites, including the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, the tombs of the nobles, and the Temple of Hatshepsut. Luxor is also home to several museums, including the Luxor Museum and the Egyptian Museum of Antiquities. The city is an important tourist destination and hosts many festivals and events throughout the year. All right, Egyptologists, it's time to put your knowledge to the test. We've given you all these crazy facts about ancient Thebes. Now we need you to prove how much you've learned. What was the name of the Theban province during the early dynastic period? Was it Amen, Mut, and Khonsu? Wrong. It was called the Theban Nome. Don't worry, you can always redeem yourself. Which two famous Egyptian pharaohs built their winter palaces in and around Luxor? Think carefully. Is it Akhenaten and Tutankhamun? No, try again. It was Amenhotep III and Ramesses II. All right, here's your final chance. What was the name of the Roman city of Luxor? Pay close attention to your answer. Is it Memphis? Wrong. It was Theban. We hope you enjoyed our journey through the history of Luxor. This city is truly a treasure trove of ancient history, and we're so glad we got to share it with you. From the grandeur of the Karnak Temple complex to the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, Luxor has so much to offer. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this city. Did you learn something new? What surprised you the most? And if you've visited Luxor, we'd love to hear about your experience. Just drop a comment below. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.